Hello, hello YouTube land. It's Cocoa Butter Summer. Tonight I'm going to talk about Bandwagon Fans again. So this is Bandwagon Fans Part 2. Okay, I know in my last video I talked about like sports and stuff, and today I'm going to talk about sports again. Um, okay. In sports, you have, diehard fans, people who root for that team because they're, they don't really watch sports anyway. But it's their home team, so they root for their team anyway. Then you have bandwagon fans, people who only root for a team because it's in, or because they're winning. You know, for instance, like football teams. Like I'm gonna make a lot of references to football. I may make some basketball stuff, but I really don't know much about basketball, so I'm gonna try to stay out of that area. But like sports football teams like Patriots, um, Pittsburgh Steelers, this year Colts, and the Vikings and the Saints. All teams where people jump on the bandwagon. Now, I said this in my other video. Well, maybe I didn't. That I hate bandwagon fans. I hate bandwagon fans with a passion because these people, they don't know anything about sports, especially football. I mean, I don't understand that I know everything about football, but I know a good deal to like argue my point, get my point across. I know that much. Um, I'm loyal to a team, Baltimore Ravens, because I'm from Baltimore. Uh, and I just hate bandwagon fans. I really do, because these bandwagon fans, they always come off the woodwork. They always come out with the woodwork when their team wins, but when their team loses, it's like you don't hear anything from them. And then next thing you know, they're rooting for like a different team. And you feel like saying, okay, which team are you gonna root for? And it's like they root for one team for one entire season, and then like next year will be a different team. Like, oh, I'm this and this fan. I'm like, well, I'm just stick with one team. Like, you don't jump from team to team every season, or in each maybe like in each season or whatever. But like you stay with that team. You always stay with your team, win or lose, highs and lows, ups downs. Stay with your team. Now I know the Ravens, they have their faults, but they're a pretty good team. Contrary to what ESPN may say, I think they're a pretty good team. Of course. So I said I know I said this in my last video. Lions fans are like the best fans ever. I'm not even gonna lie, because their team sucks. But you know what? I see them cheering for their team proudly. Uh, um, well, since I'm a Ravens fan, I really do hate the Steelers. They're our rivals. So there are a couple of people who are from Baltimore but are Steelers fans. And I remember this past season, we all know how the Steelers had like that losing streak and they never made the playoffs. Well, they beat us on December 27th. And I saw so many bandwagon Steeler fans on Facebook saying, oh yeah, Steeler Nation, whatever. I'm like, okay, all right. And I will comment on somebody's status saying, well, they're still not going to the playoffs. And they're like, well, Ravens aren't not going. They're not going either. And I'm like, yeah, they are. They have a way better chance. Steelers, they need so much help. They need some stars to align for them to go to the playoffs. And they just didn't want to hear it. But when they didn't go to the playoffs, I didn't hear anything from them. I haven't heard anything. Now they're all like Colts fans now. Okay. All right. And I'm just gonna veer off. Actually, no, I'm gonna save that for another video. Next video, I am gonna talk about the Ravens season. Mainly, I want to focus on like Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh and how I think they did this season. But yeah, more bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans are the most unloyal people you will ever meet. So, if you have a friend that's a bandwagon fan, I mean, like one of those severe bandwagon fans that literally does jump from team to team each season, or maybe like multiple times in the same season. I think you should like probably distance yourself a little bit because something tells me that like if they're like that with sports, they're probably the same way with people. So I am going to dabble in basketball a little bit. Tell bandwagon fans there. Um, you know, a lot of Lakers fans. Not really. I don't really watch basketball, but I just know there are like a lot of Lakers fans. And a lot of them don't even watch basketball. They're just a Lakers fan because of Kobe, or they're like a Shaq fan or something like that. Um, I watched basketball a couple times. I did like about 3 years ago. With Paul Pierce in Boston. That was about it. Not really much of a basketball fan. Total football fan. Um, yeah, but they're just. I don't think I can stress enough to you guys on YouTube how much I hate bandwagon fans. I hate them so much, especially when it comes to my own team. That's probably like the biggest pet peeve ever. One of them. So, Colts and Saints, Super Bowl 44. I'm gonna make a video on my prediction on Super Bowl outcome, but well, I guess I'll say something now. I think the Saints. Well, I think the Saints may win. I just that defense, man. They need to do something with that defense. That's all I gotta say. Because the way they played against the Vikings, Manning will tear them apart. He'll pick apart their defense. But I'm rooting for the Saints anyway. I just want the Colts to lose. Besides, I think the Saints they need this. First time in the Super Bowl, they should win. They should really win. Oh, Brett Favre has said that it's highly unlikely that he's going to come back next season. Highly unlikely. Now, he's saying this now because he took quite a beating on Sunday, but I think he may come back for another season. What do you think?